Hello everybody and welcome to another round of Deathmatch. Today we will be pitting Katara, husband and teacher to the Avatar, against Juvia Loxer of the Deep Sea and member of the Fairy Tale Guild. Katara is the last waterbender of the Southern Water Tribe. During the final year of the 100-Year War, she travels across the world with the Avatar, her brother, and Toph Beifong, along with some other friends, in a mission to teach Aang all four elements and to defeat the Fire Lord. During her travels, she goes from an inept novice waterbender to one of the most powerful benders of her time. After the events of the war, her and the gang, there's a pun there if you can get it, if you can catch it, continue their travels in an effort to restore balance to all corners of the world and soothe the aftermath of the war. During the events of The Legend of Korra, she was her waterbending master, the next Avatar Korra, so it's no surprise that Korra is a formidable waterbender herself. Katara possesses some insane raw power when she has suitable access to her element, arguably beyond even most masters. Katara is able to create a massive water barrier that is able to slap away Fire Nation warships. Using real-world warships for comparison, Katara is easily able to move roughly 2,000 tons with ease. Katara is also able to stop rain in its tracks and use the water in the atmosphere to create a durable dome. She's able to create pillars of water that spans to the top of a cliff and is able to launch a fucking motorboat across an entire village with enough force to cause it to explode against a plateau. Using math and some real-world calculations, the average motorboat can weigh over 2,700 kilograms. The city Katara flung said motorboat across was Jianghu, which can be traced to real-world floating villages in South Asia, which can average in distance of 26 trillion centimeters. And highballing the amount of time it took to fling that boat across the entire village, we'll say it took about 10 seconds. Distance divided by time tells us that the boat was crossing 2.6 trillion centimeters per second. Now, using force equals mass times acceleration, this gives us an equation that tells us that Katara flung that boat with over 3 billion tons of force, or roughly 8,500 tons of TNT, which is about as devastating as a Tomahawk cruise missile. Katara is also able to freeze the water she bends, the ice of which is both sharp and durable enough to split solid rock with ease. Same as any other master bender within the Avatar verse, Katara is very versatile in what she is able to do with her bending ability. Examples include creating a tunnel to breathe whilst underwater, split a tsunami-style wave in two, freezing and turning the ice into spikes, turn the water into 8 tentacles to defend and go on to the offense, go nuts deviant artists, flash freeze water within the environment, can somehow heat up said water to create a thick layer of steam to hide herself from the enemy, and can bend fucking snow, as well as create a dense armor for herself. Katara generally prefers to fight stationary and overwhelm her opponents with raw power, superior versatility, and finesse. However, when faced with opponents with a lot more raw power than she does, she can just access a large body of water and use it to maneuver around the battlefield and blindside them with ease. Katara is also able to do what was seen as impossible by many within the verse, and that is use her water to heal fatal injuries, which has been able to save multiple lives within the series, including that of Aang, the Avatar at the time. That's not even the end of it. Katara also has the ability to fucking bend blood of all things, and she was able to almost near master the ability just a minute after learning of its existence. She is so potent with the ability that she can use her own blood bending to override another bender's blood bending. If you're not careful, this show for teenagers will quickly turn into a Mortal Kombat game as she is able to bend, twist, and turn your body in any direction she pleases. If you think that's pretty OP, well, we ain't done yet, as her power multiplies if there is a full moon. She's able to completely overpower other benders with ease, freeze water so cold it can cause hypothermia within seconds. Just do everybody a favor and do not piss this woman off. Juvia Loxer is a female wizard who served as the former water magic specialist of the Phantom Lord's Element 4. She grew up alone and unloved as a child since she was always brought rain wherever she went. Juvia being a water mage, she is able to manipulate water at will, including being able to turn herself into water itself. However, this is only if Juvia herself wishes to turn herself into water. Juvia can transform her body into a mass of water, rendering any physical assault ineffective. This spell appears constant as seen when Grey Fullbuster used Ice Lance. The attack simply just phased through Juvia's body without making any move to protect herself. Juvia creates a wave of multiple blades resembling scythes that may be used as projectiles, called Water Slicer. The enormous pressure from the edges is strong enough to cut through whatever they may encounter, as seen when Juvia attempted to attack Grey, but sliced a stone pillar into pieces. With Sierra a whole body transformation resembling water body, Juvia can use this in a state of intense agitation or other influencing emotions. So, if just imagine Mob from Mob Psycho 100. Her strong feelings can cause her total body transformation to heat up or boil, this being to a temperature that Grey Fullbuster and Ice Mage could not freeze at first. This is a short range attack that displays enormous unpredictable speed. Juvia is typically compared with Grey, third time we've mentioned him, who is fast enough to dodge blasts of energy and blitz multiple mages before they can react. Most stats have Grey at relativistic speed, so roughly a tenth the speed of light. Juvia was fast enough to turn her body intangible before being crushed by the ensnarement by keys. Juvia then proceeded to expand and kill the same person by popping him like a fucking balloon. Now, going on to the battle between Katara and Juvia, water everywhere is all I can say. But honestly, I think, regardless of if there's a full moon or not, I think just Katara's bloodbending in general would leave Juvia helpless to do anything. As, Katara could just kill her with seconds if she felt like it. Of course, her character wouldn't do so unless she was pushed to it, which I could obviously Juvia doing so. I honestly believe Juvia is a lot faster than Katara. However, I do think Katara's water ability is much stronger than that. So I think Katara wins this fight low to mid difficulty. Next time on Deathmatch.